Okay, I think we're at 2:30. We can get going. I'm blessed you're all here. Thank you. If you need water, or if you brought water, I encourage you to pour it out. If you walk up there in front of my black 4Runner, there's a drinking fountain. And my water here is really good. It comes out of those glaciers in the Olympics over there. It's 7.3 pH and it's really delicious. It's excellent water. So I encourage you to access it. If you need to use a bathroom, if you just follow the road around the house, you come to the back side of the house, you look off to the left, you'll see a wooden building with a green roof. That's the bathroom. And so you're welcome to use whatever you need. Why I do this, I just want to give you my history so you get an idea of why I'm spending the time doing this, because I really want... I grew up in a family that my parents grew all of our food in Los Angeles, most of our food. We had an acre property, and it was so cool as a kid growing up, you were never hungry. Anytime you're hungry, just walk outside. There's incredible fruit and vegetables all year long, because in California you can grow everything. And so I lived with this kind of a lifestyle, just having food available all the time. It was really good. And so I wanted that for my family as I got older. And I got married and started having children, but LA changed in the time I lived there. And it was no longer a safe place to live. It was very polluted, and property was very expensive, and you couldn't get much. I'm thinking, like, I need to get a place where I can grow food for my family. So we bought this 5.3 acres. 1979, building my house, we experienced a significant challenge. We drilled a well 213 feet, got half a gallon a minute. Half a gallon a minute. No water. I can't. So I'm building the house. I'm saying, now God, how can I grow fruit trees without water? He says, come out to the woods and I'll show you. And when I went to the woods, I started moving this cover, and I saw this incredible life force in the soil and the dampness. And it totally changed my life. That day changed my life. And from then on, I started communicating with the Father about how to grow things. And this is what I want to share with you, because it's so simple. It's, you know, what I love about it, it's totally free, it's unlimited, and it's non-toxic. Conversely, everything you're taught in school, it's expensive, it's limited, and it's toxic. Really. But this, and basically what I'm doing is creating the forest floor in my yard. This is the forest floor. Everything you're going to walk on is the forest floor. And everything's growing great. And it's awesome. And this orchard has not been irrigated or watered for 40 years, ever. And we've gone through droughts, and the trees have never been affected. And I'm telling you, this, you know, I've done this for 40 years, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm serious. I have experience.
More than a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I have experience. And when I came here, all my trees were sick. They had all the diseases. I had leaf curl. I had fungi. I had scab. I had earwigs in the apples. And it took 4 to 6 years before fruit. Now I have none of those issues. I can plant a tree now. In the first year, they have 30 apples. So I know what I'm talking about. Nutrient density is significant. It's really significant. And whether it's humans or trees, the reality is all disease is a result of malnutrition. Did you hear me? All disease is a result of malnutrition, period. Period. If you're well nurtured, you can't get sick. It's impossible. And the same whether it's a human, an animal, or a plant. It's all the same. So as we go on the tour, I really encourage questions. That really helps me stay connected. And many times you bring up things that I would have not thought of that are really important. So it's not an interruption. So if you have questions, please ask. Okay? That will really help me. So let's head on over here. I don't know if you're enjoying this nice aroma in the air. These are some wood chips that just came here, you know. And I just everything about nature is just delightful. It's beautiful. Come on over here. I want to show. Does anybody here gardeners? That's a typical gardening thing where you prepare soil and work hard to fail. Come here. I want to show you something interesting. You see all this traffic we have today, and my wife's a midwife, and women come here for their prenatals, and everybody drives on this on a continuous basis. I want you to bend over and move it with your hand and see how easy it moves. Somebody. Yeah, go in there. Just start moving that and just see how easy it moves. Look at that. Totally soft. Look how beautiful and soft that is. And this is with continuous car traffic. What I want you to get is when you have living soil under cover, it cannot be compacted. It's impossible. Conversely, when you take the soil off, it immediately compacts and dies. Compacted soil is dead. I mean, it's so real. Well, I just love this. Constant traffic. never compacts it. Because it can't be. It's full of life. Is anybody around fruit trees? Anybody haven't been on orchards and fruit trees?
Yeah, I have a client that has like 35.
Okay, you notice my trees are very open compared to typical orchards. They're very full.
Yeah, very full.
And if you look closely, the number of apples on them, it's not normal.
You're right, it's not normal.
And you know what's hilarious? This is so against an agriculture mentality, but I prune my trees open because I'm trying to reduce the amount of fruit I get. I'm trying to reduce the amount of fruit I get, but it's not working. This abundance can be a real challenge. You know, I want to get less. And I prune my trees with hardly anything on them, so I'll get less. But they're not cooperative. We're going to head on down here.
Is this wood chip for the apple trees and all those?
No, this is just covering the space out here.
Okay.
See, this space out here used to be all grass, and then in the wintertime it got really muddy, and people got stuck in it. It was really, so I thought, you know, it was covered with wood chips. But can I tell you what's awesome about this space right here? If things ever became difficult, and there was, you know, lack of food, this could immediately become one huge community garden. And while I'm waiting, it's just upgrading. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Instantly, I can turn this into a community garden. Start planting food in it because it's just there. And the longer I wait, the better it gets. This is the beauty of the cover. You see, in a typical commercial orchard, a garden, you're constantly fertilizing and you're just maintaining. You're not getting better, you're just maintaining. This principle, every year, my fruit gets bigger and sweeter, unending. It's always improving. It never ends.
For 40 years it's gotten better.
Yeah. Well, I had an experience in my garden here. I had arugula in the garden in November. You know, arugula doesn't get very big. It's a small green.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating. I had leaves 1 foot long, 3 inches wide.
Oh my.
Arugula.
Oh my.
I'm saying, God, what's up to this? You know, He told me, this is not going to end. This is not going to end. I started busting it up. This is awesome. It's not going to end. It just keeps multiplying because that's His nature. That's all He does. You look at these sunflowers growing in amongst my trees. Look how tall they are. They haven't even headed up yet. Yeah, and they're growing under my trees.
Volunteers?
No, I planted them.
Oh, okay.
We just planted them, you know. But it's just, you know, I'm so seeing that things do so much better under trees than in full sun. Way better. That's going to rock your boat, but you're going to see it here in a minute. We're going to approach some strawberries under my cherry tree, and I want you to go down and check them out.
Okay.
If you grow strawberries, just check out the condition of these.
Now you say that over time this can become the soil for the garden. What would you do to prepare if you do want to?
No prepare.
You just
Well, you
go
see,
ahead and put
well,
it
you see that grass over there, those weeds? I didn't plant that.
Okay, so you can just
Look at all the weeds. I didn't plant them.
But ours doesn't go like that.
What's that?
Our garden doesn't grow like that, so we've been trying to put good organic garden soil, and we're trying.
That's your problem. You're buying soil.
Oh, really?
Everybody, I want to get your attention. This lady just brought up something that is really sad. She's talking about buying all this good organic soil. Have you ever seen when they build a house in your neighborhood, what they do? They come with a bulldozer and they push all the topsoil off into a big pile so they can access the hard ground to put a foundation down. What happens immediately to that pile of dirt? Immediately turns to weeds. Are you following me?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You go to these places that are selling topsoil, they got these beautiful piles of black, beautiful looking soil with absolutely nothing growing in them. Not one weed for the whole year. Are you hearing me? And they're telling you this is topsoil. This is organic, good topsoil. but nothing's growing in it. I mean, we don't think. We're buying this stuff that's totally sterile. It's not topsoil. It's something they made from peat moss, which is sterile. And then all kinds of sand or whatever else they mix into it, but it's not soil. Because if it was living soil, if it's standing out in the open and it rains and weeds blow in, it's going to grow. And nothing's growing. So I want you to pay attention about what you're being told and look at the evidence and operate accordingly. You should never bring in topsoil for any reason at all. Just use what you have, put wood chips over it, and it'll all change.
But you have to wait for a while, right?
A little while, but it changes immediately, and it's just progressional. It just gets better and better and better. If you want to speed it up, water really speeds the process because it's breaking down, so the water creates compost tea and feeds the soil. So
But like a minimum of what, a year before you can do anything?
I've had people tell me when they put wood chips around their trees in a month, they're seeing the leaves get greener.
Okay, trees, but what about vegetable garden?
Then pull the wood chips back, plant the soil. As the plants grow, put the wood chips around it and water, you'll be good.
But if you have hard clay underneath it?
Put the wood chips down by spring. That hard clay, the very top's getting soft. Plant there in the top, and then put wood chips on it, and your plants will grow great.
Okay, but you can't do like those long, deep-rooted vegetable yet, right? Like
You may have to wait for carrots, but
even beets, because I can't seem to.
Oh, you gotta see my beet.
I can't seem to get them germinated.
You're gonna have to eat my beets. Okay. You're gonna love it. Well, you're here today for a reason because just be open. Again, how that ground became what it is now was years of neglect. You're not going to correct it in a week. It's going to take some time, but the correction happens faster than the damage. I'm just telling you. Yes.
I just want to share. We planted a garden this year, and I brought I went out and got soil. It's got a lot of. Most of it is actually ground up trees.
Mm-hmm.
But I mixed it in, and I think the reason is that it's composting. Like the vegetables aren't really growing in it because we didn't put it on top. We actually mixed it in, and it's it's breaking down, and it's utilizing the nitrogen to break down rather than.
Yeah, this is so good. And again, this is something I want you all to take home with you. Don't ever forget this. This is the reason why you came here. If you have a question how to progress in your garden, go to nature. Nowhere in nature is anything ever mixed in to the soil.
Yeah.
It's always layered. I'm just telling you, all these things we do, there's no demonstration in nature. And it's just, you see, when you put organic material in the soil has to break it down, so it ties up all the nitrogen, and it stresses it out to break down all this foreign material that doesn't belong there. Or if you lay it on top, the composting process does all that work with no lack to the soil. Water goes through it, creates compost tea, and it builds and supports the soil on a continuous basis with no work. The thing I'm seeing is that we work so hard to fail is pathetic. I'm serious. We work hard to fail. I mean, it's nuts. And I've done it. I know what I'm talking about. I spent years rototilling, pulling out rocks, which are minerals, doing all the stupid things with no benefit. So I know what I'm talking about. Where in nature, no one works, everything falls in layers and works perfect. And we keep thinking we gotta mix it. We gotta try to help it out, which totally puts it backwards and makes it dysfunctional. It's just, but thank you. I'm so glad you shared that. So any material you get, just put on top, whatever it is. Just layer, and you're good.
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.